Ooh, 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 ooh. Okay. Okay. So we have two matches to go over tonight. One in the GILPC and one in the TCL. I have a match in our pinfall league, which is basically anything goes. But I don't have any like team builder or anything for it, just because I don't really care about that league, so I really don't do much for it. But I'm gonna go over the team that I built for our GILPC match, and just kind of talk about Torchic's team a little bit. So just off the bat, his team has, and this is BDSP league as well, so it's fewer mods, but his team has got a. I'm going to change the music because this is. I can't do background music when it's got vocals, especially not whatever that was, because that was a little bit too rough. Let's see. Yeah, nothing else looks good. Okay. So he had a Dragonite. No, he didn't have Dragonite. He had Salamence and Lucario. And Salamence wasn't a huge problem for us because obviously we have Clefable. So if he starts setting up with Moxie Boosts or whatever he wants to do, we're unaware. We can basically take whatever he wants to do to us. But Flash Cannon from a we obviously can't set this Clefable up to fight both, because he can bring the Lucario special. Which means our Clefable is not going to be able to wall that thing just like it can wall Salamence. There's also the problem that he's got a stab Flash Cannon, which obviously is going to destroy our Clefable as well. He's got a couple other big threats, like he's got Lantern, which is not like a huge threat. We did forget to, before the match, we did forget to put some extra EVs on our Flygon here. So we ended up speed creeping some stuff, but we didn't put the speed into HP, which I typically like to do to give a little bit extra bulk for stuff, potentially live a couple hits. Yeah, where was I? So he has the Lucario, and if he starts getting set up on us with Nasty Plot, that's gonna be a huge problem for us because we don't have anything that can really wall it. There's nothing on our team that really wants to switch in on that. So we have to kind of do a trial by committee with this one. We've got the Flygon, who we kind of made it. We speed crept the Lucario. We speed crept the Lucario with a couple things, actually. With the Lucario and the Celebi. And basically, the thought process is here. This Celebi I built to be able to take at minimum two hits from a. I think it was an Focus Blast, maybe. Whatever its strongest move was. I think it was a Flash Cannon, maybe. I'd have to go look at the calcs again. But basically, we can take two hits from that at +2. The first hit is going to do like 96. So we're not going to live much. But we do outspeed it, so we can click Earth Power on the first one and do basically, I think it was like 50 to 70, about 60 to 70%, and then obviously we'd be able to take it out next turn with Earth Power. So Celebi has to be our only counter to this. The problem is Celebi also has to be our counter to Lantern, which electric types we don't deal with all that well on our team because we do have a lot of stuff that is weak to electric types. Now we do also have some stuff that is able to be immune and resist, such as Celebi, and Flygon is obviously immune. Raikou is resisted as well. But some of those bulkier electric types do kind of cause problem with us, as we've kind of seen in the first 3 weeks. Because obviously, but to be fair, we faced the bulkiest electric types that we're gonna probably face. But yeah, the first week he took on Rotom Heat, and then last week we had Rotom Mo, and then now we have Lantern. So all three were they were all three in our conference, our division. So we had to play them first, is how it goes. And they were all pretty big. They're all pretty big problems for us because we don't have a lot to counter it. And normally Celebi would be fine, but considering we have to use this to counter, this is the only thing on our team that can counter Lucario. Absolutely the only thing. Unless he tries to set up on Skarmory, we can hit him with a body press and then sack Flygon. Because Flygon we don't really need. It is faster. It is going to be faster than the Lucario, so we can come in and Earth Power and probably KO. But Flygon is expendable in this match. And obviously the Clefable, we have to have Clefable to beat his Salamence. If we lose Clefable, we just absolutely lose his Salamence. And then we've got Banded Kingler. Kingler is here to basically just hit whatever it wants to hard. I can't remember what I speed crept. I think I speed crept the Lantern. So basically, we're going to start this match off with Raikou. We're going to lead with Raikou and just click Volt Switch no matter what comes out. Because he's probably going to switch. If he's Volt Absorb Lantern, then he's definitely going to switch into Lantern. And we're going to find out right away if it's Volt Absorb or Water Absorb. Which means either this is going to be able to freely Volt Switch on anything, or we're going to be able to freely Liquidation on anything. And the thought process is this can come in... if I can get this in freely with stuff, we can just click Liquidation, knock off. High Horsepower is for the Lantern, assuming it's not Scarfed. And actually, high Horsepower does kill. But knock off to knock off some stuff. Basically, we just have a team that's built around not letting Salamence and Lucario destroy us, and then we're just going to whittle his team down with heavy hits from Kingler, Flygon, Raikou's going to chip some stuff, and then Skarmory, he doesn't have a good option for Skarmory. We have to bring the Skarmory because he does have an Umbreon, and Umbreon can do nothing to our Skarmory, while we can click Body Press and do about, I think it was about 40 to 50% back to it, and we can also Toxic it, so we can just stall it out, basically, with our Skarmory. But with that, we are going to get into the match here. Let's make sure we click the right thing here. Was that the right one? Yes, it is, but let's get our video camera back up. I hate that. I don't know why, but OBS is not switching my camera when we... switch it between sources, so I don't know what's up with that. But right off the bat, we do see the Umbreon, Lantern, Lucario, and the Salamence. He also has Cloyster, which we scarfed our Raikou just in case he got set up on Cloyster and maybe Clefable. Something went south with Clefable. We couldn't bring it in on here because obviously Clefable at Unaware, it's not going to matter if this thing is set up. So Raikou is basically scarfed to ensure that this thing doesn't destroy us. Not really worried about the Aerodactyl because Skarmory can come in 100% of the time. But this was about what I expected. I really did kind of expect that this was going to be the team that came. Because obviously if you didn't bring the Lantern, then you would have to bring Marowak. And I just didn't see Marowak coming because I could always bring in Kingler on the Marowak and just click Liquidation and do a million to his team. Because he does not switch into Liquidation, Banded Liquidation at all. So we are going to get started with this. We lead with the Raikou as we see the Aerodactyl. which was basically what I expected. I expected him to lead with Aerodactyl, try to get rocks up on us, which rocks don't really do that much to this team that I brought. So I really don't care about the rocks. So I didn't even bring a defogger, because it really doesn't matter. They do chip our team down a little bit, but overall our team doesn't really care. It's not going to do a lot to Kingler. It's not Celebi has boots. Not going to do a lot to Clefable. He also doesn't have a lot of knockoff support, so I don't have to worry about switching Celebi into a knockoff. But we are just going to click Volt Switch here as we see him swap into Lantern, and he is in fact Volt Absorb, so that's really good. I think that's actually better for us than what Water Absorb would have been, because now we can just come in on Kingler and click... we can just come in and click Liquidation on basically anything, and do a ton. Like, Liquidation does so much to a lot of his team. Even Cloyster and this Lantern are going to take a lot from a Banded Liquidation. But we are going to switch into Celebi. This is our first thing. He does get a crit on us. Puts us in range where we do not want to be. So we're going to recover here, and then just freely U-turn out of here. And right here, I do misplay a little bit here because we come into Kingler, and I wanted to scout if he was scarfed here. And we see right there that he is not scarfed, and I did not notice this. I didn't notice the leftovers until I'd already clicked to switch into Flygon, because otherwise I can just click High Horsepower and this thing dies, unless he's like max defense, which he's not, because I would have I saw the damage on U-turn. Then yeah, he dies to this high horsepower if he stays in. So I do switch into Flygon as he goes for the discharge. Could have potentially been bad if he had clicked Ice Beam and we would have lost our Flygon. But again, Flygon was only here to cause problems. So we are going to U-turn out. We obviously don't want to stay in here. And then we are going to U-turn straight into Kingler, because he can throw off a Stone Edge, but it's only going to do about 30 to 40% to Kingler. So we're going to bring Kingler in and just click Liquidation, and nothing is going to appreciate a Banded Liquidation. You can see even Lantern, a resisted Liquidation, and bulky Lantern at that, takes 50% from that. So you can see that Banded Liquidation was going to do a ton of work to his team. We are going to switch to the Raikou this time, and we're going to go for Shadow Ball, because we just want to chip this thing down, because again, Raikou is only here to be a Scarf menace to Cloyster. It can also, if something goes south with Lucario, we can come in and click Aura Sphere and take out the Lucario, assuming he's not Extreme Speed. But we are going to click Shadow Ball. Hopefully we can get a Spadef drop. I don't think we're going to see that. I don't count on it, but here is where he's in range to die from Shadow Ball here. He is in range to die from Shadow Ball. I don't think he's going to stay in here. Does get another crit, so he does get another crit on us. Putting our Raikou in the situation where I think Ice Shard can take us out from Cloyster, which is not where we want to be. But he does hard swap into this Umbreon, and we're going to go straight into Skarmory, and he is going to Wish Pass here, actually. And we are going to click Stealth Rocks, because I am tired of this switching stuff. And since we went to Raikou last time, we're going to go to Celebi this time, as he does go for another Ice Beam. I did think he was going to go for the Ice Beam, so I did think about going to Kingler, which would have been a fine play, but we're just going to recover here as he goes for another Ice Beam. I'm going to recover again, honestly, because I need to be... sorry, I actually go for the Giga Drain. I thought I clicked Recover. But assuming he doesn't crit us again, we're well outside of range of dying anyways. So we're going to go for the Giga Drain. I'm expecting him to not stay in here. So I am going to click... Recover this turn, and then I'm going to U-turn out of here. So we're going to U-turn. We're going to go straight into the Skarmory as he goes for a Toxic here. And obviously we're immune. So that's another reason that we brought Skarmory, because he really likes to Toxic Stall with this Umbreon. So we wanted to bring the Skarmory. We can now click Toxic on this thing as he goes for the Protect, kind of to see what we're going to do. But we're just going to Toxic this thing. As I think he clicks Heal Bell here. No, he does click Wish. Now here, I did think he was going to switch out. I really did think he was going to switch back into the Lantern here. So I double into Kingler. Did not think he would stay in and click Heal Bell. I'm not lying. That was not the play I expected. So I'm just going to go straight back into Skarmory as he goes for the Toxic. Because while the superpower from Kingler is going to do a lot to this, it only does about 60 to 75%, assuming this thing is max defense. So we don't want to be hasty and get Toxic on our Kingler just yet. But we are going to put another Toxic on this because obviously he can't Toxic us back. He does choose to switch out this time as we just go for the Body Press this time. And that Lantern is going to be dead. He does come in with Lucario. Now I don't really want to lose our Skarmory here. But I think going into Celebi is the right play here. I did think about staying in with Skarmory and clicking Body Press, to be honest with you. But we are faster with Celebi, so we're gonna be able to get 2 hits on this as he goes for the Earth Power, and then comes in with Mince. I don't know what item. I do find out what item he is. He does come in with the Mince, and just as I had hoped, he wasn't heavy duty boots on this, so he takes a hot 24% on this thing. He does get a free switch, though, because we went for the Earth Power. I don't even think we had anything that could hit this on our Celebi, which doesn't really matter, because he's going to go for the Dragon Dance, and we're going to go straight into Clefable, because I really don't care what he's going to do with this thing. We are going to go for the knockoff here. I'm pretty confident that we can take whatever this is going to do, because it did 41% with Life Orb. So we are going to click Soft Boiled, and then I'm going to click Knockoff again here, because I'm pretty sure he's going to switch out. And we're going to get rid of the Umbreon's leftovers. And then we're going to hard swap into Skarmory, because I expected him to go for the Wish. And then we are going to click Body Press again, because it was free. It was so free. So very free. And Skarmory is going to get another kill on the Salamence. So Salamence goes down after that. He does come in with the Aerodactyl. I'm just going to stay in here, honestly. I'm going to stay in here and click Body Press, because that's going to do literally 53%. I'm then going to put up our own rocks. He does not want rocks up on his side, because it is doing a ton of damage to his team right now. At this point, it is not looking good for him. He's going to defog as I go for the Body Press and get rid of the Aerodactyl as well. So another kill from our Skarmory. He does come in here with Lucario this time. I'm okay with this. I'm okay. He does go for the Aura Sphere, and we are going to click Body Press. And just Body Press just killed this thing. I didn't even realize that it would do that much, to be honest with you. But Body Press just destroys the Lucario too. So already Skarmory has gotten what? 1, 2, 3, 4 kills. Picks up its 4th kill here. He is going to go into this thing as I'm going to go for another Body Press here, because this is going to do a lot to this. This Cloyster does 50%, and now we can just, I don't really want to lose Skarmory because it can be switched into Umbreon every single time. In case something goes bad, we can always switch into Skarmory on Umbreon. So we're just going to sack off our Flygon, go into Raikou, click Volt Switch, and then we're going to go straight into Kingler, because Kingler kills at this range on the Umbreon. He is going to go for the Protect, but Superpower is always going to kill this thing at this range, and we can't miss. So that is going to be the 5-0 win. We played nearly perfectly. Nearly perfectly. The only misplay was probably the not catching the leftovers. We could have killed the Lantern much sooner, but he probably would have gone into Salamence, which I would have... I still would have had a hard swap into Clefable, so it didn't really matter. Really didn't matter. So yeah, played basically perfectly. Now, Torchic did beat the person that we played week 1, which we got 6-0'd in 80 turns. This was a 5-0, but it was not an easy 5-0. So 42 turn 5-0, I would not call that a blowout. We just had some stuff that could grind him down, and we had the right walls for his threatening mon. So like he couldn't do anything with Lucario, he couldn't do anything with Salamence, and really couldn't do anything with Cloyster either. We just had the right counters to what he had to his dangerous stuff. Now we are going to move on to our TCL match, which we are going to go right back to the team builder as our video capture does not come up again. Our face capture. TCL here, week 5. Okay, so this team is again another scary team. I wonder if I want to do this instead, because we actually have his team up here. Yeah, so let's pull up his team and just kind of show some pretty big threats. Now, against Sincero and the Tricky Zeruas, I'm positive Mew is coming, I'm positive Urshifu is coming, I'm positive Reboot's coming, and I'm positive Rillaboom's coming. He's brought those for every single week. I'm pretty sure Zoroark's coming, just because it can... he likes to bring that as well. If it's Scarfed, I guess it can kill our Dragapult, but I don't really see why he brings it. I just know he's going to bring it because he's brought it every week. Now, personally, if I was running his team, I would have brought a Raichu Alola or Metagross. Probably both, if I'm being totally honest. Because Metagross is the only thing on his team that keeps Specs Lele from basically 1 or 2-shotting everything on his team. This is the only thing on his entire team that doesn't die to a Specs Moonblast. Like literally, we're gonna. I think Reboot does, but it does a lot. It does quite a bit to Reboot. Yeah, it kills everything else. It two shots Mew, does a crap ton of Blissey, even though Blissey has got tons of HP. It's gonna kill Rillaboom, gonna kill this, gonna kill this, gonna kill this. So yeah, Metagross, like an AV Metagross is like the only thing that he can switch in on that. So obviously we're gonna bring Specs Lele. So that's the team that I expect is Mew, Urshifu, Raichu Alola, Reboot, Rillaboom, and Metagross, which we're going to find out what team he ends up bringing later on, but we're going to go over to the team that we do bring. So we have the Serena, which is Rocky Helmet, because we can bring this in on his Urshifu every single time, and we can either U-turn out or High Jump Kick, because High Jump Kick actually does tons of damage to basically everything on his team. I do think we're not adamant on this. I think we're adamant on this. Yeah, so... And if he goes for Searching Strikes, then he's going to take 1,000,000 damage to him from Rocky Helmet. So yeah, and we're Quingly just in case he wants to use Aqua Jet or anything like that. Dragapult looks extremely good if we sub up and Dragon Dance. If he brings Blissey, we just sub on it every single time because it can do nothing to us, and we can start clicking Dragon Dance. I think 2 Dragon Dances... If he brings Blissey, we can sub on him if he tries to go for like Seismic Toss. Well, he's not going to click Seismic Toss, I would hope. But he might try to status us. We can just sub up, Dragon Dance twice, and basically sweep from there. So Dragapult looks really good. Incineroar for the Rillaboom. And actually, Leech Life looks better than Drain Punch, and because his team is particularly more weak to bug types, and Leech Life is just slightly higher power than Drain Punch is anyway. And we wanted to party shot it because I don't think he's going to want to stay in with his Rillaboom, obviously, because we can click any fire move. And then we got Knockoff and Will-O-Wisp if we get the chance. Just like I was talking about Tapu Lele kind of really going in on his team, Heracross, if we can get some chip damage on him, we can just come in and sweep, basically from anywhere. He could have 6 Pokemon left, and if they're at like 50 to 60%, if 1 or 2 of them are like at full and we get a couple Moxie boosts, this thing can just come in and sweep, even with clicking close combat. We have Tapu Lele. We already kind of talked about this a little bit. Moonblast, Shadow Ball, Focus Blast, Psychic, but really I only need to click Moonblast. The Shadow Ball is here in case he wants to bring in case we get a chance to hit the Metagross with it, because obviously that's going to do 1,000,000 damage. And then we have Dugtriolola with the Grassy Seed. So I did decide to bring the Grassy Seed so that we could get a little bit of a defense boost. If he does not bring Woodhammer on his Rillaboom, then our Dugtrio lives 100% of the time. We can click Aerial Ace. That's going to do about 80 to 90%. Get the speed boost, and then we can click, hopefully we can click reversal and get a attack boost. And then the Shadow Claw is for, I believe that is for the Metagross, and not the Metagross. It's between this and Night Slash, and I believe I went with this because Night Slash was resisted by more stuff. So they hit the same things, but Night Slash was resisted by more things on his team. And then, of course, we got the Earthquake. We gotta have the Stab move, and Earthquake looks pretty dang good against this team. So if I could stop stuttering. So we're gonna get into this match here as our, again, base cam does not switch over. I need to find out. I need to find out why that's doing that, because I have everything set up correctly. So he does not bring the team that we expected. So he does bring this Goodra, which I didn't prep for Goodra at all, but I do know that Dragon Darts, unless he is a Bonberry, Dragon Darts always kills. And even if he is Haban, we can just click sub on it, and he can go for his. If he's not Dragon Pulse, then he can just lower his special attack to basically nothing. We also don't see Blissey, which is probably good. I think that was a good choice. He does bring the Zoroark, which I kind of expected. I didn't think he should bring it, but I did kind of expect it because he's been bringing it basically every week. We don't see Metagross, so because we don't see Metagross, we know that Tapu Lele can just come in at any time and click Moonblast, and it's either going to pick up a kill or put something in range that it is going to die. So we are going to start this off. I don't know why these matches never have the option to no sound. They do, but it's like down here. So we're going to start off with the Incineroar. Incineroar was always going to be our play to lead with, because no matter what he leads, if he leads with like something offensive, like if he leads with Reboot or Rillaboom, which I didn't think he would lead with the Reboot, but if he led with like Mew, we can click Knockoff. Didn't really matter what he led with. Incineroar was always our safest play, because we can just click Knockoff here, and we get rid of the Choice Band, which is really, really great for us. So now he can't lock himself into anything, but it's going to do a lot less damage to us. So that's pretty good. That's pretty good for us. He does go for the Aqua Jet here, and we are Queenly on this arena again, which means that is blocked, because Queenly cannot be affected. With Queenly, we cannot be affected by priority moves. Which is kind of surprising to me he brought the Aqua Jet, considering we do have a Tapu Lele. And that's going to... Psychic Terrain is going to block that stuff anyways. But he does U-turn out as, I believe, we go for the high jump kick. Because I just wanted to put damage on something. I did not think he was going to want to stay in, assuming that we would have the Rocky Helmet. Because we have run Rocky Helmet on this arena before. So he probably expected it, and U-turn was going to do the most damage anyways. So we do go for the high jump kick and do basically 48%. That's a lot of damage to this Reboot. But we are going to switch to the Incineroar. No matter what this thing wants to do, Incineroar is going to lower its attack, and then we are going to click the Parting Shot here as well, as he goes for the Dynamax and goes for the Max Knuckle. Does do about 40% actually, so that actually did do a lot, but we're going to Party Shot out, and he's going to be -1. We're always going to outspeed it with Tapu Lele, so we're just going to click the Moonblast and pick up the first kill, because he locked himself into a fighting type attack, which means Moonblast is going to do like 1,000,000. I'm pretty sure it always killed. I think it did like 120% to this thing if it was fighting. He does come in with a Mew. We don't want him to set up. What game is this? This is Pokemon Showdown in our TCL match. And so he does come in here with Mew, and we don't want this thing to set up. If he's got like Dragon Dance or Nasty Plot or Calm Mind, whatever he wants to do, we're just going to click Moonblast. Lower special attack, which is kind of unfortunate, but didn't really matter because we outspeed it. So we just click Moonblast again and two-shot this thing. He does come in with the Rillaboom, and I should have known that this was not Rillaboom from the get-go. Because obviously our Psychic Terrain is still up. If this was Rillaboom, then it would have Grassy Surge would have brought up the Grassy Terrain, and we could have just clicked Moonblast again. Honestly, he could have lost his most of his team right here. Because again, Tapu Lele is just so good. But we do switch out. We see the Sludge Bomb again. I still don't notice that this is Zoroark. Kind of dense in that sense. He does go for the Dark Pulse. Leaves us on 1%. He actually got a max roll there, so we never died at that point. Do go for the Leech Life, get most of our health back, find out that this is Zoroark. He does go for the Sludge Bomb again, and we're going to Leech Life again and take this thing out. Does come in with the Urshifu. We're going to go straight into Serena because this is always our switch in for this. And he's going to U-turn out, take more damage as it goes to Goodra. I do U-turn out of here, and we are going to go straight into Dragapult here. And we're going to start subbing up because if he wants to start dropping Dracos, it will take a while for his Dracos to not break the sub. But it doesn't really matter. Because he's not going to want to sit here and waste all of his Draco. So we're going to sub up again and then click Dragon Dance on the Rillaboom. Now here I should have calced this. I just assumed that Dragon Darts was going to kill this. And after the first Dragon Dart, I was like, dang, this is not going to kill. I just assumed a +1 Dragapult would kill this thing with Dragon Darts, if I'm being honest. But it doesn't. And he loses with 4%. I think he got a max roll there as well. Gets rid of our leftovers, which is kind of unfortunate. We could have stayed in and gone for Dragon Darts again. But I wanted to preserve the 6-0. I haven't gotten a 6-0 yet. As he does go for the knockoff again, which I don't know why. He could have Grassy Glided. He should have Grassy Glided because we would have killed this thing. We absolutely would have killed this thing. So I don't know why he did that. But he's going to go for the Grassy Glide here, and we are going to live on 4% as we go for the parting shot. And now, ladies and gentlemen, we are going to go into a Lowland Dugtrio. We are going to click Dynamax, and we are going to max Airstream on this thing and murder this thing. He's going to come in with the Urshifu, I believe. We're going to Max Quake, take that thing out, Razor Spadef, and he's going to come in with Goodra. And at this point, Goodra, it doesn't matter if it is Specs, does not matter. He's going to click Flamethrower. It's going to do less than 50%, and we are going to be able to pick up the final kill with Dugtrio Lola. So Dugtrio gets another 3-mon sweep. This thing has been on a tear the last 3 weeks, picking up, I think that's its 9th kill in 3 games. So basically averaging 3 kills. This was probably its cleanest sweep because he had nothing to stop it at that point. I thought maybe he would go for Aqua Jet from the Urshifu, but he did not. So we do pick up the win there. That is going to be all the matches that I have for you guys tonight. We should be back. We're probably not going to be back until next week because I've already played most of our matches for this week. I do have an NU League and ZU, so if I play both of those matches by the end of the week, I may do another stream for those two matches. But that's going to be all for this episode, or all for tonight. And do hope you guys enjoyed. As always, Fox out.